And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you and neither they're chief, so let's try and learn something together today. Website is dadmodepod.com. Tweet at me, at dadmodepod, or just use the hashtag dadmode. Today, joining me, back in our lair, the parenting lair, maybe?
It's a cave.
I feel like man cave is so passe, like so played out, like many of these things that we're going to be talking about today.
Man dungeon?
I don't know. But we're in the studio there, a.k.a. the place where I just store all my audio crap, joined by Uncle Nick, yet again. Follow my Twitter, at Nickason.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Of the Nickason Podcast. 22 episodes. It's a lot.
It goes by quickly when I remember to record every week.
What was the topic of this week?
This one is going to be a mini episode because I was out of town this past weekend, so I didn't have time to make up a segment of the week, but just covering the things that I missed over the weekend, Teen Choice Awards, a lot of movies, TV show updates that are going to come out soon. So
You would be all up on the Teen Choice Awards. It makes sense.
It still exists. I remember growing up with it in Nickelodeon. Back in the day, it's
Nickelodeon. Speaking of that, we'll talk about that and many more things. I want to talk to Nick today about Pokemon Go. Literally.
Oh, you really wanted to talk about it?
I want to tie this into fads that kids go through, because we're going to look back at a bunch that we had growing up as kids of the 90s. And as a parent, to what degree do you let your kid completely nerd out? Should there be a governor on that? There should be a regulator on it, or do you just really just let them go at it?
Yes, you do.
Because Pokemon Go, it seems neat. A lot of people are playing it, and the server crashes all the time, and it gets a lot of 1-star ratings in the App Store. So now it's at 1.5 stars. Great app. Fantastic. And it is causing some, I don't want to say like civil unrest, but it is causing a couple kerfuffles, most notably in our college hometown, adopted hometown for 4 years, but for me 5. Yeah, you too. 5. There was a kind of a viral video that went out about veterans confronting a couple of Pokemon Go players who had set up a bivouac station, what do I call it, gym, Pokestop, as Nick catches Pokemon right now. And what had happened is Pokemon Go players absolutely have right to play. It was down at a park, which is near the Veterans Memorial. The issue was the issue the veteran says that they had set up the tent, like one of those, like 4-corner open air tents with a cover on it. They set it up right next to the Veterans Memorial, right near the flags, right near the statues and everything like that. And that's where they had issue. And I don't think anyone is actually right in this situation, and there's actually no one wrong in this situation. Yes, everyone has the freedom to do what they want, mainly because thank you to the vets, but also there has to be a level of decorum and respect for. Don't go playing Pokemon on top of a veteran memorial, or don't go playing in the cemetery, as they've had issues at Arlington National Cemetery already. And it's just there's got to be some sort of balance in there, as Nick plays Pokemon right now.
You see that? You said if there's going to be a Pokemon Go episode, I'm going to check my Pokemon avatar here. I completely agree with you. I think this is a pretty unique thing. I can see why this is like a new trending story right now. There's nothing really much like it. I compare it to, like, when I try to explain it to friends who don't have Pokemon, aka you. It's geocaching. It uses phones that are obviously it's 2016. A majority of people have smartphones or some type of wireless device, handheld device that can download apps, download games, and a number of kids who, to make people go out and be active in parks, local areas.
Now, what is the actual demo for Pokemon Go? Because I feel like it's older than most toys. Because a lot of the Pokemon fans were 90s, 2000s kids who are probably between 20 and 30 now. And I feel like that's the bulk of the demo.
I think it's definitely the bulk of the demo because they're the ones who can afford the phones. I think.
Nick, don't you know 7-year-olds have smartphones now?
No, they do. My cousin Jordan has a smartphone, and he's he's 10, and he has Pokemon Go.
Yeah, a couple of Crystal's cousins, they got iPhone 4s when that was a thing, when they were 8, 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's the changing of the times. Yeah. The technology is going to the younger ages. But this game in particular, because I know the trading card game of Pokemon was popular for a small niche, but I only knew Pokemon through the TV show.
Mm-hmm. And the boy's name is Ash. That's not a boy's name. It's not. Ashley is not a boy's name. Ashley is a beautiful girl's name. Yes, hello, Ashley. I know you're listening. And it's when they're playing the game, it almost gives people another excuse to be antisocial, just staring down at their phones, even though, we get out and we socialize. Bullshit. You're staring down at your phone the entire time and walking around with your little cable coming out of your pocket to the extended battery since you're draining battery so fast. And it's one of those things where there's teachable moments of kid is playing it where it's, hey, you can have your fun. You absolutely are free to do this, but you got to be aware of your surroundings and be curious to other people. Don't be jaywalking or crossing against lights or running into other people or just completely being aloof when you're in your own little world.
I agree with you on that one.
You're not social, Nick. You're not social when you're Pokemon.
I will disagree though a little bit on that social thing because my roommate plays and me and him have said, hey, let's go out and hunt for Pokemon. And we go to parks together. We talk about Pokemon when we do it. It's so weird.
You know what's going to kill this? Winter.
Exactly.
Oh, thank God. Winter's coming.
School, and I bet it's going to be banned from schools. I bet, the kids are going to be teachers are going to be put your phones away and stuff. No chasing Pokemon on the playground.
They should ban this from college campuses and under the guise of, hey, you're here to get an education and be an adult. That is all. Sincerely, the president of the university.
That will never happen.
Probably not. Well, not at liberal state schools. Maybe at some private schools, the hardcore ones.
Oh, the Harvards and the Stanfords.
No, the hardcore ones. I'm talking about the James Madisons of the world. The what's the one in the South where it's named after? It's basically a college founded by a white supremacist.
David Duke School? No, it's.
Maybe it is Duke.
I would.
we don't know that.
We don't know.
We have no idea to know how old Duke University is. But Pokemon is the fad of the day. I wanted to go through a couple of these fads from the 90s and even back further, if Nick wants to look up a couple. And I want to talk about how is it just harmless fun or is it something more, something that's because I feel like this Pokemon Go thing is time-consuming. It's almost like a way of life as opposed to just a fun game. As Nick plays right now. I swear to God, Nick, I will break your phone.
I swear no. I'm looking up. I'm doing the research. I'm looking up all the fads that you
bullshit. You were doing the shake thing.
I was not throwing any Pokeballs. You can see it right here. I'm showing Andy right now the phone.
That's the number one Pogs. Do you remember Pogs?
I remember. I collected Pogs. There was.
Isn't Pogs kind of like the Pokemon was? And that was trading and competing?
Yes, it was exactly that. It was competitions between people. Everyone went to the stores, like the comic book stores, like the Nerdy Geek stores. You bought, like, a random variety pack of Pogs, and all Pogs were, like, unique. They had some type of weird graphic, People had favorite graphics of different types of Pogs. But then it was all about the slammer. It was that big piece of plastic they used to, like...
Slam. Dun, dun, dun.
And like you're supposed to knock the opponents, or like yours, or the out of I think it was like a circle. You had a bunch of Pogs in center, and you're supposed to use that slammer to knock these the cardboard whatever discs out. And I don't know, whoever the last one had it win.
Did you actually collect them?
Yeah.
How many did you have, or what was your coolest one that you remember?
I don't remember any of them anymore.
I think I had like a Power Rangers one. Oh, speaking of which, that's another one, Power Rangers. Because when I was a kid, that was like a really big deal.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, and
It's coming back.
Yeah,
Power Rangers is lasting a long time though, because there was reincarnations of it.
well, yeah. There's so many stupid iterations, like Power Rangers Turbo Nipple Ninja Lords.
That was my favorite one. The Power Rangers Turbo Nipple Ranger Lords.
Power Rangers Red Balls.
Red Balls.
Let's see what else we got here. We got.
If you're gonna talk about Power Rangers, we gotta say the first and my foremost favorite thing. I don't know if you want to call it fad, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hands down, from the show in the '80s to all the merchandise, all the action figures,
all the pizza.
all the exactly.
Now, do you think if the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did not eat pizza and say had like a nice
Salad.
chef salad with a raspberry walnut vinaigrette, if our nation's obesity issue, especially in those from 20 to age 35, would be decreased?
Shut up. Yeah.
I mean, it probably would be.
It would not surprise me. Yeah, I mean, that's how big Turtles was. Every kid had Turtles.
Well, it's like psychologically, growing up watching Sesame Street and watching Cookie Monster, just completely house like a whole row of Toll House, and then next show up is Ninja Turtles, and they're slamming pizza all over the time, and they're ripped. They got 6-packs. We don't know that they're shells, and then we just go from there. We took our nutritional cues from TV shows.
But
Garfield shotgunning a whole pan of lasagna. Yeah, that was great.
Oh wow, I never thought about that.
Thank
one.
you, TV.
Yeah, I blame TV for everything.
It is very easy scapegoat, because what are they going to do?
I mean, because like watching Ninja Turtles, you don't think too much about them eating pizza. It's all about the ninjas, the fighting, the Shredder, and the Krang. But you think more people would want to become ninjas than now, But no, it's like
Ooh, maybe that's why there's an influx of mixed martial arts and UFC fighters now, because they grew up watching Turtles.
Indirectly from Ooh, interesting.
Yeah. There's also a thing. Yeah, but Power Rangers, I remember that was like every kid's Halloween costume for like a good solid decade. And
like the Frozen of now.
Yeah, what Ranger did you want to be?
Oh, Blue Ranger.
What, the gay one who left the show?
He was smart too.
Yeah, he's a smart one.
That's exactly what's gay.
I thought everyone always wanted to be the Green Ranger / White Ranger.
He was the most badass, and he got the girl.
He was the badass, yeah.
And he got the girl.
And plus, he had the coolest dinosaur thing. Because he is the white one.
The white one was a tiger. It was a Tigerzord.
Yeah. Because I remember they did one where they did the tiger thing, and then they did the whole robot thing when all the ones came together, and they put them on top of each other. And that blew my mind as a kid. I was like, oh my God, what is happening? I need to tweet about this. Oh shit, Twitter isn't going to be invented for another 10 years. Never mind. I need to invent Twitter.
Okay, I'll go through this. Since I had all the toys of Power Rangers, I'll go through it. In the beginning, everything was dinosaurs. So it was like the Triceratops, saber-toothed tiger. Well, that's not a dinosaur, obviously. Mm-hmm. The Green Ranger came in. It was like he had the Dragon Zord, which was like a weird like Godzilla wannabe thing that kind of went with all the other dino ones.
Yeah, the Zords.
And then they changed to like the more ninja Zords, where I think there was the Red Dragon and like the mythical beast. I think one was like a unicorn, a Sphinx and stuff. And then the white.
That's where they lost me. I like my Power Rangers realistic.
Realistic now.
Yeah.
They are making a remake.
Power Rangers Tokyo Droid Zone, not really my thing. One that may not be hitting us, but hit a lot of kids growing up. Easy Bake Oven.
Yes.
That thing was huge.
It's still huge now. I know kids who do it now.
Except, is it like a incandescent, or not incandescent, is it all LED bulb that takes like 3 days to bake something?
No. I think they used the old school stuff.
Because I remember, like, those things, Yeah, you had to have like a 75-watt bulb, which was like the surface of the sun. The bulb would melt like part of the oven, and then you get this really grainy, kind of crappy cake. And then the replacement ones, like the very small serving size ones, were like $4 a piece. It was just like, all right. So do we buy this Pillsbury cake mix for 99 cents and then cut it into fourths so we can use it 4 times? Or do we just buy you each of these individual sleeves for this really shitty chocolate cake that costs $4? $4 cake.
It's the latter, man. It's the latter.
I would rather have the Spishak from Mad TV, the My Little Gas Stove.
That was the best sketch. Oh my god! If you can throw that on this episode, that was the best. Easy bake oven.
Yeah.
The what? Get new actor.
Now I'm trying to think of just even in the 90s, there wasn't any crazes that match this.
Match this? Well, I mean,
original Pokemon. Like, what was that all about, Nick?
I think that, as I said, I watched the TV show, and that's how I kind of knew about it. And it got very popular in the 2000s more because of like the Game Boy Advances. I mean, they had the there was a handheld video game. You know,
the Game Boy Advance or advances in Game Boy technology?
The latter.
Yeah.
Well, like one of the late stages Game Boy, or like the first Game Boy Color or whatever, had Pokemon games, and it was that kind of RPG style where your character walks around and like you like catch Pokemon, whatever, level them up, and then you battle.
RPG, you mean POV?
No.
BBW POV.
That is for another podcast.
All right, fine.
Another day.
Legos. I feel like I can get behind Legos.
Legos isn't a fad. That's something that's just...
Legos is an establishment.
Yeah, that's something that's forever.
And because I do think this Pokemon Go thing is a fad. Like,
it'll come and go.
Like, it'll be dead by winter.
I will say, I think it's going to go in spurts, kind of like Power Rangers, how, mainly because from what I've heard about this particular game, it's that it's only 10% complete. I've heard rumors that they're trying to, because right now, when we're recording this podcast, it's basically just a collect 'em and battle a CPU gym, and that's it. There are rumors that they want to make this more of a social thing, aka trading Pokemon with other players, maybe like one-on-one battling players. I've heard rumors of this stuff, I think, from Comic-Con, and like there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of potential to maybe gain or lose, players in the upcoming days to come. Months to come.
So bored. Legos are the shit, though. Honestly, if I might go out and buy some Legos tonight because it's something that teaches you just so much, like spatial reasoning and engineering and construction, and it's just good. As humans, we're meant to be like builders. Like we built the pyramids. Well, with an assist from the aliens, and like we build skyscrapers, we build bridges, we build everything, and that's what we're supposed to do. And Legos are great for kids because it's hands-on teaching, and also I'm trying to think.
Little Muggsy eats them.
That's why we get her to the Duplo ones. We get her to the training wheel version ones until she's ready to step up to the Legos. But then I have to wear shoes all the time indoors so I don't step on one, which is worse than stepping on a landmine. It's scientifically proven. And I'm trying to think which were the best Lego sets. Pirates is always good. Pirates and Imperial Guard, like just going at it. Like before, Pirates of the Caribbean was the best movie ever, and then all the other ones were really shitty. Let's see what else. Space.
Yeah, the Star Wars stuff would be fine, but Legos is expensive. They are not cheap.
See, that's why you just buy entire tub of the general Legos and just let the kid go at it. Because that's what my parents did.
No, I grew up that way too. I think like originally buying kind of somewhat like sets, like a random space one here, a random pirates one here. And then, as a kid, you always lose random pieces, so you can never build it to the specs that the stupid instructions
It's okay.
has.
Specs are for squares, man. It's like,
So,
hey, you know what's gonna make this spaceship awesome? Cannons, 18th century cannons.
Yeah, stick it right on top there. No, that's what eventually happened. You use the imagination. You put some extra wings on that spaceship. You put extra guns that, like, it doesn't need guns on the back. Let's put like 20 guns on the front, and then that's what made it fantastic. So.
Oh, Lincoln Logs. I'm gonna get Muggsy some Lincoln Logs.
That's old school.
Well, because she's really good at blocks, and I feel like this would be good for, like we talked about with Legos, the whole like tactile learning and spatial reasoning, that whole thing.
And until she gets a sliver.
It's okay. They sand them really good. Plus, they're made out of lead. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, Magic 8 Ball. I guess that wasn't really a fad.
That's just a deep toy.
Oh, Nerf, anything.
Oh yeah, Nerf was
Or Super Soakers.
Oh, Super Soakers, yeah.
I feel like that's not really wasn't really a fad, but it's still a mainstay. Like I still see like Super Soakers around.
They kept they evolved from that classic yellow lime green Super Soaker 50.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to make it
Super
better.
Soaker 4000.
Yeah,
the water humper.
Changed they like they have like 12 nozzles now, and like the huge backpack tank and stuff. It was almost inconvenient to carry around. It wasn't as simple as that cool pump and shoot 50.
Because I do remember going to the store like it's almost birthday time. All right, let's see the super the 5-gallon Super Soaker with a 80 psi with an extra tank, and also you have to sign a waiver before you buy it. Just like, yeah, I want that for my birthday, and then not getting it.
What were the Beanie Babies? That's a fad, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like that one was a dangerous fad because people lost a lot of money doing those things, betting on the value.
I'm sure some of them are there a couple out there with like...
Well, everyone kept buying these up thinking that they were very rare or there would be a market for them, and then it just crashed because people realized that no one's going to pay shit for a Beanie Baby.
That's
Well, it's just like any commodity, like gold. All right, so gold has a high value because people are willing to pay it. But if all of a sudden people didn't give two hoots about gold, like if we go back to an agrarian society, we have no use of gold. We're trying to eat. And then all of a sudden it's worthless. We don't have any money anyways because we're trying to eat.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
That is all right, Nick. How much did you lose in the Beanie Baby crash of 1998?
The Beanie. I did not own a single Beanie Baby.
Really?
Yep.
Not even by accident?
No.
I feel like I had one by accident.
No. So are you talking about like a crash? Are you talking about like The Big Short, like if that was a movie for Beanie Babies?
It actually kind of was, because I feel like people were spending too much on these Beanie Babies, and then all of a sudden they came to realization that there was no market for it.
We should totally make that movie.
The Big Fur?
Yeah.
Or whatever. Look up...
The Big Bean.
All right, so I'm kind of interested now. I'm going to look up the most rare Beanie Baby.
Rainbow Bright. Okay. The website. I'm on a website here for crazy fads of the 80s. Strawberry Shortcake. Trivial Pursuit. I missed that game. I wish they would have brought that game back.
All right, so speaking of the Beanie Baby, so there's a Princess Diana Beanie Baby that is on Etsy for $75,000.
That's tied. You're tying in a very big pop culture icon with that one. That's a really. I'm surprised that it's so much. Like, were they limited edition? Those
listing a rare first edition of Prince Diana Wales Purple Beanie Baby. This Beanie Baby is in pristine condition, kept safely in a non-smoking home. Apparently, that's important. Blah 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 blah. Price is negotiable. Ooh, la-ti-da.
I'll give you $5 for it.
Oh, it's also got free shipping, so that's exciting.
Yeah. Are you gonna actually tell the? You gonna tell the post office or goddamn FedEx? I need $75,000 insurance on this. You bet. Because if I'm going to pay $75,000 for that Beanie Baby, I'm going to want that shit insured.
Now, call me an old man on this, but I have a feeling that Pokemon Go is not going to be a thing by the time Muggsy's old enough to care. But there will be another thing or another fad or, do you remember planking? Oh, that was such a big deal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like, we're just, like, laid flat and take pictures of it.
Yeah, planking, Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yes.
That was a big thing. Actually did some good. They found some gene or something, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. And I feel like Pokemon Go is just one of those things that will be here today and gone tomorrow, like the Spuds McKenzie or the Budweiser. What's up?
What's up?
Or, the 7-Up Yours guy. Remember him?
Like 7-Up. Oh, yeah.
It was originally Orlando
Jones?
Yeah. And then they replaced him. Because it got too expensive, probably. And it was a whole thing about make 7 up yours. And then, like, everyone had all these stupid T-shirts, and it's just like, oh, yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Or, gosh, there's so many stupid ones. Anyways.
I think what we have to get out of all this is that, would you be okay with Muggsy jumping on the fads as they come and go? I mean, you don't want to... you don't want to waste money on something stupid that's going to...
Yeah, not going to let her get into the Beanie Baby craze.
But I wouldn't want my kids to I don't want my kids to be sheltered and, like, not feeling like they can do something with their friends. Because, as I said, with Pokemon Go, there are, groups of people, it looks very antisocial, but, there are people who go in groups together out and about. And, if it's not hurting anyone, other than hurting monuments or people hurting themselves because they're not looking where they're going.
Hey, who wants to all get shanked and raped in the park? But we'll do it together.
I do.
There's a Pokestop right that way. But this is Rapey Lane. This is Rapey Stabby Lane. Do you really want to walk through there? Well, the Pokemaster said that we have to go through here because there's a Squirtle turtle just to the left. So he'll protect us with his magic fireball. He'll protect us from the recent parolee with HIV. Yeah.
I'm more disappointed in the fact that you said Turdos. His name is Squirtle, and he's a water Pokemon, so he wouldn't have a fireball.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Son of a...
Squirtle turtle, though.
Squirtle turtle.
Yeah, I don't really know what we accomplished, but we talked about things. Like, I do want Muggsy and kids to get involved in some of these things, especially if their friends doing them. But at the same time, I don't want peer pressure to be taken over. It's like, oh, you're not playing Pokemon Go. Obviously, Muggsy, you are a complete loser. And you're not invited to my sleepover now. It's like, that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
You can come over to my sleepover anytime, Nick.
Thank you.
Yeah. Listen to the Nick and Son podcast, brand new episode on Wednesday?
Wednesday, every Wednesday.
This show, Dad Mode Pod, is available on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at Dad Mode Pod. Me at Andy Carlson Show. Nick at Nick and Son. The website is dadmodepod.com. Oh, we're going to be on iHeart, too. All my shows are going on iHeart.
We're going to be on iHeart, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soonish. But for Nick and Son, I'm Andy Carlson. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. We'll see you next time.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.
Hey everyone, it's me, Nick and Son, aka Uncle Nick, co-host of the Dad Mode podcast. Before we begin the show, I thought I'd let you guys know about a side project I'm working on called the Nick and Son podcast. That's right, I am hosting my own podcast where I talk about the latest news in the entertainment world. from movies, television, music, anything pop culture. I talk about it on my show. So please check me out, the Nick and Son Podcast. We air new episodes every Wednesday. Now, on with the show.